Hey yo, what is up everybody? It's B Mills and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. You guys, we just got done watching the Washington football team play their first preseason game up in Foxborough versus the Patriots. I turned the game off in the fourth quarter because Steven Montez looked like trash. So here we are, and I want to start this video off with a bang, with some controversy, and that is going to be about a quarterback controversy. So what I want to ask you guys is, do you guys want to see the Washington football team take the next step from a solid team to better than that? And if your answer is yes, then you guys should agree with me, and I want to see Taylor Heinicke start the next preseason game. I want to see what he looks like with the ones. And the reason I say this is because if you watched my last video, I already explained to you, Ryan Fitzpatrick is scary to me. And in this game, there was at least one play where he tried to dump it off short out of the backfield into Antonio Gibson. And it was pretty close to being contested there. And just me seeing that and me seeing him on the field, I can tell that there's going to be turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's only been one game, but like I said, there's those little things and plays that, yeah, I don't know. I just see turnover city from Fitzpatrick. He played pretty well today, don't get me wrong. Nailed Terry McLaurin over the middle, looked great. Hopefully we see that over and over and over all season long. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, my cat's here to say hi. The reason I'm bringing this up is to say Taylor Heinicke reminds me of dynamic players. I don't know what other word to use than dynamic. He can get out of the pocket. He makes plays happen. Now, don't get me wrong. I just harped on Fitzpatrick for almost having an interception, and there was definitely at least one play where Heinicke threw the ball up into double coverage. Now, the one thing is, that's why I'm saying I want to see Heinicke with the ones next week, because he was getting rushed. Can you not touch that, please? Thank you. So, yeah, Taylor Heinicke was getting rushed like instantly. Our second offensive line didn't look too hot. He was getting a bunch of pressure on him, especially from the right side. Even the commentators brought that up. By the way, the commentators, I had to watch this on the NFL Network or whatever, and the commentators were super biased for the Patriots the entire time. It was hard to watch at times, but overall, yeah, I think the biggest thing coming out of this game is Chase Young already looks like he's ready for the season. Two, quarterback controversy. Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't look bad, but Taylor Heinicke, to me, when you just watch people like Patrick Mahomes, when you watch people like Russell Wilson, and you see how they can be dynamic and make things happen, and like I said, that's what Taylor Heinicke reminds me of. And whenever I see him on the field, he's constantly moving, doing something, making something happen. You know, like he's just constantly making something out of nothing. And thinking about our offense with him and then Terry McLaurin and then also Antonio Gibson, you don't know what's going to happen, whether Antonio Gibson's going to get a toss or something and run to the ball to the outside, or you don't know if Taylor Heinicke's going to run the ball to the outside. You don't know if Terry McLaurin's going to hit you deep. Like, I feel like that is more of a success story for us than Ryan Fitzpatrick. And like I said, I like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I love his personality, love the guy, but he scares me. And even in today, like I said, he just had that one little dink down to Antonio Gibson, and it was pretty close to just that guy. He didn't see. Did he not see that guy or what? Like, it was pretty contested and could have been a pick. And it's just like, if that's just ingrained in him. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick. We don't really know totally what Taylor Heinicke is, but what I'm saying is he looks better to me. He just does. And I don't want our season to go, us have a great defense and our offense can't move the damn ball again, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is being a tough SOB but getting knocked around and, you know, then turning the ball over. That's not what I want to see. I want to see dynamic players, the most dynamic players we have on the field, and I feel like that is Taylor Heinicke. So I want to see. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I want to see Taylor Heinicke with the ones next week. And I know for a damn fact that's not going to happen. But if you are being honest, and if you really want to see this team succeed, I'm already just from this one game and yeah, it's preseason, but just from this one game, I already want to see Taylor Heinicke with the ones. That's what I want. I want to see how that goes. Now, that's what preseason's about. We'll see what happens. But so I have a bunch of notes, but yeah. Oh, I almost forgot the Dustin Hopkins thing. I was a Dustin Hopkins lover. I loved Dustin Hopkins, and I liked that he didn't miss too many field goals. But when we needed a 50-yarder, he had the leg strength to do it, and like you knew that it was like a pretty good shot that he was always going to make the longer field goals that we need him to make. I mean, dude, I don't know what to say now, and it just makes him look even worse that the Patriots had to go out and pick up a free agent rookie off the street like a week ago, and he came in here and missed one extra point, but like was banging a 50-yarder, making all these kicks, and I mean that has to look real bad on Dustin Hopkins. I don't know what to say. I think the guy's got a lot of potential because of his big leg that he can hit us 50-yarders and when we need him in clutch time, but yeah, we need to start thinking about this real long and hard before we get into the season, what we're going to do, because it's not looking good right now. And there was a lot of rumors that he was missing a lot of field goals in practice, but people were like, oh, calm down, it's not a real game or whatever. Well, now he's missing them in games. All right, so we need to really think about it. Another thing I want to bring up is where the hell was Jamin Davis at? Because like you saw in my last video where I'm sitting here saying I wasn't too impressed by the pick. Now, he was out there on the field. He was there, but real quiet. Now, this is, yet again, his first game ever as a pro, so I can't harp on him too much. But all I'm saying is it's trending so far out of one game. It's trending in the way that I was afraid, which was him being real quiet. And he was a first-round pick for us. So, John Bostic played with the ones, and he missed a really bad tackle on the outside. That gave them a first down or something like that. You guys probably remember the play. But yeah, John Bostic didn't look too hot either. Cole Holcomb was like the first name that they rattled out. The first play of the game, he had a pretty good tackle up the middle. So he looks pretty good, as always, as we would expect. And just in general, our defense, I feel like they look like they're ready. They look like they're picking up where they left off last season. And that's a good sign. And as you noticed, they tried to run the ball and stuff way more to the side that Chase Young wasn't playing because Montez Sweat was out. And if there is like one hole in our defensive line, I feel like they kind of exploited it a little bit today as well, which is like getting the ball to the outside and like tosses and stuff to the outside, running the ball to the outside. I feel like that is somewhat of a weakness of our. If there is any weakness, don't get me wrong, the defensive line is great, but if there is like one of these issues, I feel like it's running the ball to the outside. I feel like we stuff everything up the middle, and everybody knows that. So I'm just trying to rattle off, like I said, the Fitzpatrick to Terry McLaurin. I think even did Taylor Heinicke have a pass to Terry McLaurin over the middle too? Like almost the same thing. I can't remember if it was him or not. But yet again, going back to the Taylor Heinicke, when he was, we needed like 2nd and 17 or something, or 3rd and 17 or something like that. He gets it, and I understand he's not playing versus the ones, but it's just the mentality the kid has. I'd much rather go out there and put him on the field and see what he has. Even if he tries his damnness and ends up getting himself hurt, then we have Fitzpatrick. Roll Fitzpatrick out. But the thing is, I feel like we know what Fitzpatrick is, but then we're watching this young, dynamic guy who's trying to figure it out, and like we've seen, at least in his start in the playoffs, like he has the ability to rise to the occasion. And you know, Fitzmagic only comes around here or there. You know what I'm saying? But yet we were watching this kid who can make plays in all types of different ways, and I think we need to take a real long thought about this about what we're gonna do at the quarterback situation now, knowing Ron Rivera. I think it's a pretty closed book here that Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be a starter. But to me, like I said, this is going to be one of the biggest things we're going to talk about all year long. Which quarterback do we play? And if Ryan Fitzpatrick's having a bad day, there's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, Taylor Heinicke, we have Taylor Heinicke." And then it's even the same. Even if it was the other way around, if we had Taylor Heinicke playing and he had a bad day, people would be like, "Oh, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick." So I think that's going to be, get used to it. I don't think that's going anywhere. So I don't want this video to be too long. So let me just go down my notes here. Second play of the game, Fitzpatrick to McLaurin over the middle for a good gain, and hopefully that's something we see all season long, good hookups like that. Antonio Gibson still looks elusive, I wrote, which is good to see because he was dealing with an injury. Peyton Barber gets stopped on a 3rd and 2. That kind of sucked. We got pressure on Cam Newton early, and Chase Young, right after that, Chase Young gets what was going to be a sack, or was a sack. And I went back and I think I watched it multiple times, and it was Deron Payne, I'm pretty sure, who tried to pick that ball up and run to the end zone with it and failed miserably. Now, it's preseason, so, you can't harp on these guys for, too much, but jump on the damn ball, man. If you're not nimble enough to pick that ball up, just jump on it. I mean, I'd rather you jump on it and us hound you about why didn't you pick it up than you try to pick it up and then they get it back, even though they ruled it an incomplete pass or whatever they did. I forget. But still, regardless, it was kind of embarrassing that Chase Young just went out there and did all that, and then we can't get the ball back. Logan Thomas. Oh, hold on. It's only the first series, and I don't think the Patriots offense is that good, but our defense looks to be picking up where they left off last season. Logan Thomas bails us out with a great catch. Fitzpatrick is going to turn the ball over probably a lot during the season. I wrote that down just by watching his mannerisms. And like I said, that one play that had me worried where he tried to check it down, and there's a guy right there that he didn't see apparently. That's total, just reminds me a lot of Fitzpatrick. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to happen. There's going to be turnovers, I'm telling you. Fitz looks like a veteran buying time to get the first down on a 3rd down. Most runs we get, we have good penetration right up the middle, which is good to see. Humphreys just falls down on a 3rd down. I'm sure you guys remember that play where he's running to the outside, and we really kind of needed that to keep our drive going to score points. And then right after that, Hopkins misses the kick. It was only like a 30-yarder or something. We need to figure the kicking situation out. We can't have people like Chase Young making all these plays and then not capitalize and score points. It's going to demoralize the team. But also, when I was writing that, I was thinking to myself, that's why Chase Young is so good, though. Because even though there's going to be times like that on any team where there's going to be times where the team gets demoralized or whatever, that's what makes Chase Young so good and such a different level, is because he's one of those guys that no matter what, he's not going to get down. He's gonna rise up to the occasion and try to just make everybody around him not give up and stuff like that. He's a leader and stuff like that. So that's why when I was writing that, I thought that to myself too. That's just another reason why Chase Young is that good. The Patriots are having success running the ball to the outside. Patriots rookie free agent just kicked a 30-yard field goal, and then there's a few of those I'm just going to skip over of that rookie kicker making kicks. Heinicke takes a sack and then gets a first down over the middle on a 2nd and 17. Heinicke looks pretty good. I want to see him start with the ones next week, which that's pretty much this whole video has been about. Heinicke throws a perfect touchdown pass to Ricky Seals-Jones, and he dropped it in the end zone. Then I wrote Jamin Davis was pretty quiet. Haven't seen him. Steven Montez hasn't looked good. Had an interception. To me, like, this is some of the first time I've ever seen Steven Montez play. The guy looks like he's tough, and he looks like he's got a big arm, but man, he just was holding on to the ball way too long, threw the interception. It just didn't look good. So that's pretty much all I got for this video, man. It's only the preseason, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep the video as short as possible, but let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's going to be tons of people on both sides of the fence. Tons of people like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I like him too, but I'm sitting here thinking about what would actually be best for the team. What would be best for the team to take that next step? Is it roll Ryan Fitzpatrick out there, who has played decent ball in the last couple of years, or we're sitting here watching this guy who is just the literal definition of dynamic on our team, and even though he's still a younger guy. I mean, he's played around the league in XFL or whatever. So I mean, he's not like a rookie, but still a younger guy. Do we take the chance on a younger guy who looks like, he's got a high ceiling? He's got a much higher ceiling in my opinion. And do we roll him out there, and then when he sucks, everyone be like, oh, well, why you had Ryan Fitzpatrick? Why didn't you play him or whatever? I think it's much better in that situation than us put Ryan Fitzpatrick out there and then halfway through the season, then then we have to pull out Taylor Heinicke. I would rather it be the other way around. But let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.